Morning everybody, welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Well, welcome guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's lovely and hot out here in the UK and I hope it's lovely weather wherever you are around the globe. And today I'm going to do an arrangement for myself for autumn to go in my house and to sit, you know, when the autumn comes, and I don't know, sit proudly in my house so I can sit looking at it and smiling. So today I'm going to use, and I've purchased another one of these, and it came this morning. So I thought, I've been waiting for it. It's been delayed, but it's come this morning, and I got it from, it's called Floristic 24. It's a company in Germany, and it's a rolling pin. What you roll your cakes and things, or your pastry, and we're going to, and I've put in some styrofoam today. I haven't put in dried foam. I haven't covered it because it's going inside and it's green. So, you know me guys, by the time I've finished it, you more than likely won't see it. So it is, if I measure it from here to here, it is 15 inches long. So, and it's got legs, so that will stand lovely. So we're going to use that, and again it's going, like I stated, it's going to be an autumnal arrangement. I do like to do them for myself every year, so I thought, why not, let's do one today. So again, I've got out my autumnal grass with the browns and yellow and greens, and I thought, nice spiky wispy bits, you know me. I've had my order delivered of the grape leaves, and I've got now them in abundance, so I'm stocked up well with them. So I've got one out. The others I bought was on a longer stem, but this time I went and chose to go on just a bunch of them with the seeds, you know, red and green seeds at the top, and I thought, let's get that in. Now I've cut off the vine some maple. I don't know whether I'm going to incorporate it, for the reason being I've got something a similar colour, but I've cut off a few pieces and I thought I could maybe use those again for some length or something like that. And the other reason I'm not sure if I'm going to use them is because I've got some silver dollar eucalyptus in the autumnal colours. So I don't know which one I may want to use. I may use both, but we've got those as well. I've got out the magnolia leaves again. I'm not sure, with them being brown on the back, that's the reason I've got them out, and they are a big solid leaf. So I've placed, well, pulled some off of the bunch and placed some on picks for single leaves only. So we may use those. I've got out my sage coloured autumnal looking fern, and again I'm not sure if or how much I want to use of this, but I will incorporate this. I do like that. And I thought, twiggy bits, guys, you know me with twiggy bits, I've got to have them. I just cannot. So I've got these in reds and greens with brown stems. Now I don't know if I can bend that over. That's the main stem. I don't know how many I'm going to use. Oh, I just adore things like this, but I want something like this in it as well, so why not? And I thought, well, oops, I've got it tangled. A few little bits of pumpkin with the red, orange and brown leaves and green. Oops, I've just pulled one. And they've got little pumpkins attached and some orange seeds as well. So I've chopped those off a big bunch that I buy them on, and I've cut them down. I've only got a few. I just thought I'd get them ready, and I may chop them even smaller, but we'll see as we go along. Now I thought berries. I had the lemon berries when I did the deco mesh wreath, which is, it hasn't sold, and I did say I'd like it on my door, so I've already put it on my door. I just love it so much. So I've got some of the berries in the deep burgundy as well, so I thought we could incorporate some of that. And I've taken off a bunch of artificial wheat, some wheat, and put them on single picks so I can dot these around as well. I have got my erygnium or thistle in the cream colour, which has got sage leaves on as well, and I think that looks quite nice for an autumnal look. Now again, I may not put everything of this in. Today I was just, oh, do I have that one? I like that one, I want that one. And then I thought, well, if I just bring them all on here, and then I might just pick which ones I need. So I've got out some. Now these are like a very light sandy colour. They look ivory, but they're not. When you get close up, they've got like a sandy tone to them, but a very light one. And I thought, for a bit of floral and having dark seeds in the pollen in the centre, I thought they would also look pretty. And with our autumn flowers, hydrangeas are autumnal, so I've just pulled some of these off the bunch as well, because I know I wouldn't want too many, so I cut them down, 5 stems, and I thought they've got green and they've got like a reddy colour in the green hydrangeas, and then we've also got the ivory ones here, so I thought we could incorporate those, or we may. Oh, let me just reach down here because there's lots today, because I couldn't make my mind up. I have got this out again, what I used for my neighbour, and I thought this is perfect for the wispy, so I may incorporate this as well. And because we've got like reds, greens, and oranges and things like that, I thought I'd get one of each colour. I could have got the sandy cream coloured one, but I thought no, I want to stick with 3. So I've got 3 sunflowers out, one of each in orange, burgundy and green. So I thought I may place those together as one cluster in. And now on these I couldn't make my mind up, guys, so I brought 1 stem of each. Now I've got the red blossom, which is really pretty, and I do like it, but I just couldn't make my mind up between that or the orange myrtle. So I may use a bit of both, but I want these for a bit of length to hang over maybe the side or something like that, but I've just got one of each. And then I thought pumpkins. We've got pumpkins on one of the foliage, so I've got red, green, orange and ivory, and because I couldn't make my mind up again, so I've got a few out of each colour, and I thought let's have a look, we'll see. And they are velvet. Well, the smaller ones are velvet, this one's like a hessian, and these are like paper mache, the green ones. So we've got that, and finally I thought we could have a centerpiece. You know me. Oh my goodness, look at him, isn't he beautiful? And he's got greens in, browns, oranges, and he looks fabulous with his little pumpkin on his hat. I have placed that wheat on his hat as well, but the rest were on it, and I thought isn't he cute? Look cactus. I love spindly legs like this where they're so floppy. And another again, I've got one going off to the right and one facing forward. I always seem to get them where there's always got wonky legs. So, so I think he's really, really sweet. So we're going to perhaps put him, I couldn't make my mind up when I looked whether to place him in the centre or offset to one side, whichever it may be. I don't know yet. I may place him in the centre, guys, instead. Isn't he beautiful? So we've got him. Now I have got a ribbon out, but I'm not really sure that I'm going to place it in. And it's just a 1.5 inch ribbon of, or is it 2 actually? 2 inch ribbon, just with green and orange and a like ivory coloured background with some pumpkins on. So I'm not sure whether, again, like I did with my neighbour, add them in as tail ends. I'm not sure. So I haven't made anything with it yet, just in case. So that is everything that we've got today, guys. So there is quite a lot, but it's just because I couldn't make my mind up. They all look so good together when I held them in my hand. So we'll see. So let me bring the camera down and then we'll get cracking. So one moment. So let's come down. Bring it about there. I'm not going to bring it in any further because I want you to see it all so as well near the bottom for when things have to go over the or lean over the bottom. So right, I'm looking forward to this. So I want to start with my grape leaves, I think. Do I add in? I probably will add that in. I'm not sure about the... Oh, I don't know. I quite like that as well. Oh my goodness. So there's lots here. In fact, let's have the maple in. Why not? And I'm going to try and, you know me guys, I like it full. So I do place a lot of elements in. It's just my signature style, but I can do, you know, basic or minimalistic arrangements. So let me just cut that little bit off. I'm going to, let me just see with our scarecrow. I may do a front facing one where the scarecrow's in the center and everything's coming, you know, off each side and then taller at the back. Or I may just have everything slightly below the scarecrow instead, so you get to see him instead of him being, you know, hidden inside everything. So let's just get some of our maple in, and I'm going to bend that over so it's just hanging. I've got another one here. Let me just cut the stem. I do like this styrofoam. I feel it's got more support. And I'm going to bring one coming down a little bit lower. So let's bring that one there. So I may bring that one at the back as well. And do the same with this one. Is that coming off? Let me just glue that on. It's a bit loose. Oh, well, I've had a message off of my dear friend Susan. She said, get my bikini on this weekend. Oh my goodness, I don't wear bikinis anymore. I don't. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't go anywhere. You know, I haven't got a garden where I can sunbathe in a bikini. Well, I've got a garden, but I don't have sun lounges or anything. Because I'm too busy. I'm always at work. Right, these are left over from the last one that I did. But there's the new stem of the grape. Where you get 3, 4, 5. 5 stems on. And they are, you know, really nice. You could place it in like that. But I like to chop away. Oh, I've got another one what's popped off. There we go. So I'm going to bring these just going forward. I find some of these, this one's loose. So I'd rather it be secure. So I'm going to bring, I guess, this one slightly forward a little bit more, heading in towards like that. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Bring that around the front and let that one hang. Bend it down. Let's just have a look. There we have that. I just cut one off. Let me just put my scarecrow in so then I can work around the scarecrow. Let's lift his legs. Place him, I think, in the centre today. So I can sit his body down. Oh, look at his legs touching the floor. We may have to lift his legs by placing something underneath his legs to slightly lift them up. Oh, doesn't he look stunning sat there? He looks really happy. So I'm going to bring one here. Just, you know, manipulate your stems. Just give them a little bend so they look more natural. Let's just have a look. Oh, I love things like this. Now I'm going to bring some of this grape leaf around the back as well, because I do want to cover the back of it. But I'm not going to, you know, stick it out as far. So we'll do that with it and get it filled. I have got on the floor here some ivy and some baby chrysanthemums as well, just in case it's back up. I've got one more piece. So do I? bring that behind him. You won't see it as much. That's just from the, you know, when you look at the back. So we've got those at the back as well. So let's get in our grass. And you can get scarecrows or anything like that anywhere, guys. All I did was cut a little hole in his body, in his rear. And I just shoved a stem up his backside. So you can do that as well. He didn't moan. So I'm going to go either side of our scarecrow with the grass there. I'm going to bring some grass off to each side. I will push that in a little bit further. I just want the spiky bit. Let's cut this down a little bit. Just bend it slightly. And I'm going to bring just a couple of pieces of it also here. Slightly shorter in height than the ones up here. Just these are push-ups. So I'm just going to bring them up a bit, cut the stem. Let's have a look. Wonderful. I'm not going to place any more in. So let me look at, on this occasion, I'm going to just be placing in things the flowers and the foliage at different stages. I want to place in I cut. I'm going to be placing in our sunflowers at the front. And what I'm going to do with those, I place the two red and orange, and I'm going to bring the green down here to give that triangle pattern. And I'll bring this one just a little bit lower. Just bend that head a little bit. So we've got those at the front, so I can work now around the scarecrow's legs. Let's get a few. I've put just a few on single picks, not many. I can't remember how many I did. I've only done 3. Thought I'd done more than that. So we're going to bring a fern up there. And then we'll bring one here as well. I'm going to bring one either side of our sunflowers on the orange and red one. Got one there. Let's pull one off of a leaf. Just this one. So I'm going to place these on picks. So they're on their own single stem. There we have it. So I think I'm going to place one as well at the back, just for a little bit of height, with it being pointy. Oh, you won't really see it. Never mind. Never mind, we can work with it, guys. Let's place another one at the side of this sunflower as well. We've got 2 left. I'm going to be having one coming out from the side here, and then also on the opposite side. It's a bit like that. No. So I'm going to leave that as it is as well for now, because we've got lots. Let's put a few of our magnolias in. I don't want to put lots in. So with the magnolias, I'm going to place those at the front. I'm going to place them just under the grass, but I'm going to push them right as far as that they go. It's just getting this into position. I think I may bring some up above. They're a bit closed. Let's have a look. Got one here open. There's a solid leaf. We'll place that one up above, just slightly leaning behind the grape leaf. Let's do, I'm just gonna you don't really see it at the back. Right, so I'm not putting any more in. I could put one at the front actually. Yeah, let's get one at the front. I'm going to place this underneath the sunflower, the green one. Oh, I've left one out. So we've got those. There's our solid leaf. Oh, let's not forget the wispy ones. Now these are quite long. So I could bring these up here to give that length up above. So let me just snip the stem down a little bit because they are quite long. We'll place one there. Let's do that one because it's going off that side. And then oops, sorry, I've placed it in where it was coming out at the back. So let's try that again. Oh. Can't see, there's a grape leaf in the way. Let's just have a look at that from the front. Right, they need to be a bit more upright. They are very tall. I think that one may be a little tall. If I just chop it there, and that one as well. So then I'm going to place a couple at the front, but just, you know, coming off to the side. I will turn it around, everybody. I just want to get the positioning correct. So we've got it like that. I'm not going to place any more in. Right, let's have a look. Now let's have a look first with these myrtle, and I could place them together. Because he's orange, that will clash with his hat at the back. So I could place one of the red up there. So if I cut, because I want the longest piece, I will cut the flowers off, growing off the side or to the side off. Let's just tidy that bit up where I cut it. And that one as well. Oh, that was hard stem, guys. I've got a bucket here that I placed those long stems in. Yeah, so I'm going to place that at the back, as you can see, because it's slightly taller than his hat. So then it shows that front facing arrangement where it's higher in the centre and then it goes down at a triangular position, the rest of it. So when you do a front facing, you're heading for that triangle shape. So where it will be taller in the centre, going off to the sides lower. I'll bring some of flowers here. Just pulled that one off so I can place it on a pick. Oh, I can't get it off. Right, we'll try one of these instead. I'm going to put some of these at the back, just a couple, because we want, you know, the colour. Again, I do like colour at the back, and, you know, go with what's at the front, and I like to cover it at the back, so you've got, you know, two sides to it. Just push that one in a little bit more. So we've got, I think this one's a little bit long, so let me cut this one down. I'm going to take the leaf off. So I place those at the back. Let's just stand this a little bit more upright. So you've got the red at the back as well. And then I've got these. I could bring these off to the side. Going with the length of the maple. Just bending them so they're leaning down. Let's see, I don't want it to look too wide, but then it is a really wide. Let's take that leaf off. Cut that prong so I can just push it in a little bit more. Looks better. So we've got the red blossom there. I don't know about the orange myrtle. We'll go with it as we go along. I just want to place in a few pumpkins while we are going around, and let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to place a green one coming off to the side. I got two out. Let me place this on a thinner pick, guys, so I don't have to use as much of a thick stem when I place it in. Oops. So I'll place this one off to the side here. As well. And I think some of the little ones I may have at the bottom. And I may bring the odd one in. Let's have a look at the red ones as well. Because I may, where there's orange on this side, place a red one. And then on the opposite side, where there's red, place an orange one. Just alternate the colour. Because I don't want a red on red. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I always, you know, if you're going to use a colour and you've got, like I've just said, place something in the opposite colour of what you've got here, like orange and red, red and orange. I may place, I'll place a white, well, an ivory colour, or just popping up at the back. I'm going to place two at the back, or maybe three, just so you've got the pumpkins at the back as well. Yeah, I think I'll bring a red one in at the back. Yeah. So I brought those colours in at the back as well. I may bring an ivory one just above the green. Got two oranges here, so I could bring one orange either side. We'll keep that one away. Just so we're carrying it on and bringing the theme of the pumpkins around. So I've got those at the back, the orange ones at the side, and then I've got all of those at the front. Let's just get the band off of these. Oh, I think he's looking really happy sat in the centre. So now you can manipulate these and you can twist them around your fingers and make swirls from them because they're wired right to the tip. The leaves are foam, but you can, you know, just bend them and just twist them like so, and you know, have them facing whichever way you'd like. So I think I want to just see what it's, yeah, I'm going to place one in either side of the scarecrow's arm. So we've got some more wispy bits in there as well. Oh, I can't grab it. This one's a bit more full. Let me see if I can take a few off because it's, there we go. Take that one off as well. Then I'll place another one on this side of his arm as well. Don't want that. Bring some pumpkins facing forward, little ones. Oops, I've just pulled the leaf off. So we've got those there. I've got these. I could make these and bring one coming out from underneath. Let's just cut it a little bit. Under the green sunflower. Let's get rid of that glue string. And then the other two pieces I will bring and place these at the back. So I've got the same foliage also coming around the back. Two little pieces here. We won't waste them. We'll just pop these in at the back as well. So we've placed them in at the back also. I don't know what that is. There we go. Right, I want to add in a little bit of light colour just to bring it alive a little bit. And then I've got the wheat as well. So I'm going to cut, now these are quite long, that you can't place, oh you can, you could place these on picks, but just the top of the flower. We'll see as we go along. trying to get the most out of them all. And we're going to just scatter these around. Oops, a daisy. I'm going to incorporate these next to, again, our scarecrow to bring a bit of lighter tone in, you know, next to him, so it doesn't look so rich in colour. Let's just liven it up, as I say. Just have that little bit of floral. Isn't it pretty? Bring some on the front again, so it's lighter tone at the bottom as well as just at the top. And I've got one piece. I may take that round the back. Yeah, I'll take it round the back. So you've got a bit of that colour there as well. So I'm going to be placing in our wheat. And I'm going to just pop a couple of pieces around the back before I turn and place some in the front. And I'm going to bring some down below as well. Again, liven it up at the bottom at the back by placing in something lighter in colour. So we've got those. So I've placed those like that at the back, so it's looking, again, a lighter tone. Put his hand over. I'll do one here as well. I'm going to bring some at the bottom as well. I'm going to bring some off to the side here. We want to see that at the side. So if I just turn, we're going to bring some there. I can't see. Where did I put it? Right. There. I'm going to bring some coming lower as well. And on the opposite side, lower angle. And I've got one left. That is going to go at the front, under the green. Sunflower. So I've got bits of wheat as well everywhere, dotted around. We do have our grass holly, sea holly. Let's see. I don't want no more of those. I don't think I'm going to place that in. No, it doesn't look right. We have got I think they want to go in. Well, my youngest son's got the day off of work today, guys. Today and tomorrow. He came in earlier and said, with his walking boots. I says, oh, where are you going? He says, I'm going to go for a walk in, it's called Dead Man's Cave. I says, oh, are you going with friends? He says, no, I've asked my friends if they want to go. They're not going, so I'm going on my own. I said, really? And he looked at me and said, yeah. I says, oh, won't you be lonely? He says, I've got my headphones, I'll be listening to music. I says, well, if you wait, I'll come with you. He says, no, you're all right, Mum. He says, I'll be fine. I've got some new walking boots. I need to, you know, soften them up and get them bedded in. He says, no. He says, I'll be fine. I says, oh. I said, I would come with you. No, Mum, you're all right. I'm a big boy now. He is a big boy, but I said to him, I don't think I'd go walking by myself. Not in a cave, anyway. But he just wanted to. He said it's too much of a nice day to be sat in the house on my day off. Which, yeah, fair enough. I can't argue with that. And he just said, don't worry, Mum, I'll be fine. You know what us mums like. It's not that I'm worried, if that makes sense. I'd rather him be with somebody and enjoy it, you know, the scenery with somebody by his side. Instead of him being on his own, he's got nobody to talk to. I'm a bit like that, guys. I can't. It doesn't comprehend in my mind. I just think to myself, you know, I mean, some people don't mind their own company, but when it comes to walking, I think I'd want to have somebody with me to enjoy the sights and talk about the sights that I see while they're there. But no, he's more than happy to just go on his own. I mean, he is 25. He's not a baby, but he's my baby. And my oldest son wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that, guys. If he could stay in the house all day, he would stay in the house all day. He's that sort of a man. You know, I say man because he's 30 years old. He just doesn't think it's necessary to go off walking on such a nice day. He thinks, oh, we can sit in the house and relax. I'm wanting to bring some of this. I've brought these in at the back here while I've been busy chatting around here. I want to bring some at the front, but I think I may have to split this one, because if I bring it at the front as one cluster, would it be too much? I think it would. So I may have to split it there. And it's on, so it's got a flower and foliage, and so has the other one each. So let's get the paper off, tidy it up. Get a bit of brown tape, floral tape, and I'm going to just tidy the stem up. Because I don't want them, you know, parting, because now I've parted them, they are the stems are loose. They're not as secure anymore. So let's get some tape them up together so they stay together. And do the same with this one. Let's get rid of all the paper back. Yeah, so I've told him to take lots of pictures, guys. He said he will. I said to him, I feel sorry for you. He says, what do you mean you feel sorry for me? He says, being by yourself. I says, I will come with you if you just wait. He says, no, me and you will go for a walk tomorrow, Mum. He says, with it being his second day off of work, because he's a working week the weekend, so he gets to have 2 days off through the week. So that's just the way they work here. And we're going to go for a walk tomorrow. Don't know where yet. We'll discuss that, I guess, when he gets back. Right, so I'm going to, under here at the front, bring these wispy bits under the pumpkins at the front. So we're going to place one under the orange pumpkin. Have the wispy bits popping out that side, and then under the red pumpkin. Oops, I've just bent the stem. Let me just redo that one. The glue off my hands. Don't want to transfer it onto the flowers, so we'll just get rid. And have these under here as well. Just leave that one. I mean, it's been gone now. Oh, it's got to be about 4 hours. I said to him, we'll take Benji with us if you like, if you want me to come. He said, no, we could take Benji tomorrow. So yeah. He's a good lad though. He's a good boy. I say boy, he's a man. So now we've got those. Oh, I found a wispy bit here from that. Where can I put that? Can I put that? I'm going to put that where you see this cream coloured pumpkin and the sunflower. I'm going to place something in between, just so it looks like you've got some foliage coming out or floral from in between there, so they're not just sat on in the centre on each other. They need some foliage. You need to place some floral or foliage. I may put this on a pick because the stem's really soft. You'll need some floral or foliage, you know, to incorporate in between, so it just, you know, it flows with the rest of it. So let me just place this on a pick. just found this by itself, so I'm going to pop this. It's going to be wispy and it's going to hang, so I want to pop it in and let it hang freely, even if it covers a little bit of the sunflower. I don't mind that. I want to manipulate that one in the center. It won't go, so we'll just have to let it sit how it wishes. So we've got movement at the front of just above the green sunflower. Now, even though it's above the green sunflower, it's airy and it's wispy, so it's not blocking the view of that sunflower, if that makes sense. So if you want to place something like I have, just to put a bit of colour in between these, then place, you know, something wispy or airy, what's there, what you'll still see the sunflower underneath. So I'm wanting to add in, I don't think they look right at the front. For some reason they're not looking right at the front, but when I place them at the back, I'm going to just place probably 2 in, because 1 or 3. When I place them at the back, they seem to sit better at the back because there's not a lot of elements as much at the back as there is at the front. So I'll show you in a moment. I'm placing them on each corner at the back, or near each corner, should I say. So if you look, they sit nice there because we've got all these pumpkins. I think those pumpkins, the green ones, something's bothering me at the front, guys. I think I've overdone it with either the sunflowers and the pumpkins. Something's just not sitting right for my liking. So I'm going to have to go back in there and see what it could be. So as you can see, I placed that there, so I'm not going to place any more at the back. So now, if you can see what my point is, you've got all of this here. Let me just stand up so I can. You've got all of these here, all these pumpkins and the big sunflowers. Now, these 2 green ones are virtually on the same height and they look too uniformed. And as you know me, guys, I like things that are natural looking. They look like they've been purposely placed in a line, and so do they. And then that's making these look like, you know, that they don't fit in with it. If you can see what I'm saying. So I think, and I'm sure it's the pumpkins, the green ones. Let me just, yeah, it is. It is. As soon as I pulled that out. It was too much pumpkins. So now if I bring that back round, now you can see. It doesn't look, by having those in, just too much. Taking them away, just, it makes it look more pleasing to the eye. I could bring one pumpkin to the back in the green above the red. Let's have a look. Does that look okay? I don't want to do the same. Now I'm not going to place the green ones in. I don't want to do the same thing on the opposite side, because that just won't, it won't please me. And if, you know, if I don't like it and I did it for a customer, then it probably wouldn't please them either. So we need to think of something in place. So let's now have a look at, I've got 2 hydrangeas left, but I don't want to do the same thing with these. No, it's just doing the same with those. I could place the berries there, maybe in a cluster. Or shall I get some other berries out? Or I could get the other ones out of these in the yellow, because they are quite dark. Let me just grab the other ones, guys. Right, I can either have those, or I may use those. Let's see. Sometimes it's not until I start doing something that I feel it's not looking right. So I may not put the erygnium in. I've got the astilbe. The astilbe looks nice. Right, I've got one piece on here left. Let's just, no, I'll just bend it over a moment. See, they're not as noticeable. Because if you look, the berries are not as noticeable. Now, I'll place in that erygnium, not erygnium, sorry, the astilbe, and that looks more pleasing. Because it's very similar texture to the wheat as well. I mean, this is seeded, but the same colour. Because it is quite rich, we are breaking up that richness slightly by adding in a lighter tone, you know, a cream or a light tan colour. So I think I may do that. I'll keep the berries out for the moment. I may place a few of those around the back. So let's just take those. I've taken the leaves off of these guys because the foliage wasn't really too good. It was fraying. So I took them off, all of them that I bought. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to cut the stem. I'm going to go behind here and just have that sitting lower and just, you know, coming out from the side. And I'm going to do the same with this side. A little bit more in. So it's just popping out. And I'm going to bring some down at the bottom as well. But I'm going to go and mix this lighter colour up with the oranges. And on the opposite side, mix them up again with the red and the oranges. Just so it's got a bit of a lighter tone down there as well. Now, I feel we're gonna need something lighter, maybe around here, It's a bit thicker than what this wheat is, so it's more noticeable. Do the same on this side. I don't want to draw too much attention to it looking like I'm making, if I placed one here, it would look like a ring was forming around. So I don't want to place another one there. And we've got the floral there, that's in that colour. So that will stop that, you know, from looking like I'm, you know, creating a ring. But I'm going to bring some on the side. Let's get a longer one. Put more to the back. So you just see them there. And I may, yeah, I'll have a couple sticking out at the back as well. I'm not going to place them all on the same height. Some may be like half an inch, you know, shorter in height than the other. I'm going to definitely place a tall one at the back. I've got one left now. I could, yeah, I'll bring that underneath and mix it with the red pumpkin at the bottom. So I've done it like that now at the back, and I think that looks better than, you know, removing those pumpkins. It just wasn't right. But I do feel we are in need of something. Oops, I've just popped a berry off. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's place a bit of glue on it and pop it back on. There we have it. Don't know about the yellow. No, they don't really suit. Well, they look nice, but no, something my mind's telling me not to. So again, as I always say, guys, if in doubt, then leave it out. But if you've placed it in like I did with the pumpkins and you're still in doubt, then take it out and do it like that. And then you'll, by me just removing those green pumpkins, it made a big difference to the arrangement. Now I have got under here, if I just move everything to the side of me, and place that there. I have got these baby, I think they're supposed to be, maybe baby carnations actually, but they have got, some of them have got little bits of floral in, and the foliage on it is you know, green with a hint of brown in as well. Now, the reason I got these were maybe for filler. You know how we say filler foliage? Well, this for filler floral. To fill in a few bits or just place them in. I've got those as well. See, they look pretty. I haven't got many of those ones, I don't think, looking at them. I want something. Let me just tell. Round where the scarecrow is, something's, I don't know, is it that? I need something around the sides. I can still see the styrofoam and I don't want that. I'm trying to, around here, at these sides here, you can still see all the foam. So I'm trying to just add in, again, by placing 2 in, I'm doing the same as I did, if you look, with the pumpkins. So if I wanted to place 3 in, I'd have to bring 1 down here. For it not to look like it's just a line across. But something's missing there. And I can't quite put my finger on what it could be. It might need to be just filled with a bit of foliage. Take those out. Do I please? Go deeper. Yeah, that one looks okay. By placing this flower deeper here, it doesn't look too noticeable that we've got a line, because I'm placing it in as depth. So let's get them in as depth. Cut them down a little bit more, because we need to be filling up the sides as well. We don't want to be seeing, you know, the foam. So as you can see, I've done that there. I will do the same here as well. Push it in as depths. I don't think, would it be okay as depth in here? Now I'm just trying to play it careful than looking. You see, it looks too much of a cluster if I go wider. It looks, just doesn't sit well. So let's, how many of those have I got? I think it's going to have to be foliage. I don't want to overdo it with too much floral. Again, I've got the ivy out. I've also brought out the calais as well in this colour. Oops, something's fell off. But I think that calais would be too much of the same colour that we're using, so I think we're gonna need the green, the darker green. So I'm gonna use the ivy as filler. I don't really think I need any more in it, looking at it. So if I Now put that in as a bit of depth to hide our foam. Let's just get quite a bit out. Place those on the floor. And let's see. I've got a feeling this will do what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's covering the foam, which is what I wanted it to do, because I didn't really want to be showing that foam off from the sides. I can see a little bit here as well. Let's get that covered up. So as you can see now, by placing in the ivy at the sides, again, you can, when you do an arrangement, you can overdo it. Now, as you saw with the pumpkins, I took them out. Then you saw that I tried with the carnations, and that was too much concerning the floral side, because I want it to be more of an autumnal look and a bit woody, you know, as well. By adding in more floral, I was just making it out of theme of what I was, you know, looking for. Excuse me. And by trying the berries as well. The berries, you wouldn't really see them if I placed them in and around, because the red ones were so dark, and the very pale lemon ones just didn't fit. From afar, looking at them, they just look like you've got little, somebody had placed in little dots everywhere, and I didn't want that sort of, you know, to make it look like that. I know it still looks around here a little bit empty. I still cannot think as of yet, until I've done what I need to do with the filler foliage, think what I should place there. I may place a fern, or I may get another fern or something taller and wispy, you know, or I could get tree pine, you know, or even a few more twiggy bits, anything like that, just to fill that area, because I feel it's still, you know, showing something, you know, to me anyway, something's still missing either side of his hat, and we don't want that. And again, this is hiding. I don't want the longer bits. And I'm going to comb it as well, just around the back here. And it doesn't mean that when I say depth, you have to push them right to the bottom. You can just push them below the actual, wherever you're placing them. Just sitting them at height. So I'll show you here. I've got a gap here, just here. Now, I don't want it pushed right in, because you don't have to do that to cover your foam. Just by sitting it at this height, it's blocking your view downwards. So bring them around the height of what things are in there, and you know, that will do what you're wanting it to do. You don't have to push them really right in, unless that's what, you know, you're wanting to cover right at the bottom. It's like I've got a space here. I will bring it on the level of the red pumpkin. but I will spread the leaves out so it covers what's next to the red pumpkin. So then you can't see at the bottom of it, you know, through there. I'm going to get these little pieces, bring these here as well. Let me just hold on to something. Just bring them dangling down there. And I'll do the same with this one. Let's just have a look. And it may, if you see a gap as well, another little tip, it may not actually be because you need filler foliage. It may be if you've got a leaf on there and it's moved, and you can move your leaves around the top, like here. You can either have your ivy like that, or to cover more space, spread it open like that, and it might, and that will cover a bit more space or area. So it may be one of your other foliages that is the leaves moved out of position. So, you need to just twist it back into position. It could be just that as well. So, just check first and look at it. That's okay now at the back. I'm happy with that. It's covered it where I wanted it covered. So I'm just going to go and do another check right near the scarecrow. At the front. I feel just here is needed. The same as well. Yes. Perfect. So let's get one what's got more than one leaf on. I'm running out. And then do one behind this sunflower as well. So I'm just popping in few. Now can I see just a little bit of a space here? Let's get these where the foliage is covering that area as well. This would look pretty sat on, a dining table as well. Oh my gosh, look, he's crossed his legs. He's sitting in comfort, he's crossed his legs. Bless him. Oh, here's my cat, guys. He's never far away. I think with two of these pieces, I'm going to bring at the front. I'm going to just cut those a little bit. And I think under here we need a bit of greenery in the colour green as well, even if it's only a little, you know, just one stem, and under the orange pumpkin as well. Let me just get rid of all these. I think, guys, we may be done. I don't think, no, I'm not adding a bow. Let's just look at our myrtle. Is it the myrtle that could be the answer to that gap? Now you get 1, 2, 3, 4 stems, or 4 sprigs on it. It's very, I've had to cut the stem, it was longer than this, to get it in my bucket. But I think I'm going to chop one off and show it you. If I don't place it in, it doesn't matter. Oh, I've just got mine in the glue. Let's just get it off. There we go. So, because these are very wispy, I'm just gonna see. I don't want it to look, because we've got the red there in the centre, what's popping up above his head at the back, the blossom. I'm thinking, we'll bring these slightly lower down. If you see what I mean, obviously they won't be this high, but just to fill in that with a bit of floral at the top. We've got the red blossom here, but what I'm going to do is bring these slightly lower than this at the tip, so it looks like it's going down like that. So I'm going to maybe have to take that off at the bottom and cut the stem to about there. Do the same on another one. 1, 2, 3. The other one, should I say? Cutting this little bit off. Do the same with this. So I'm going to bring them further down. Do I bring it here? Yeah, it's got to be at the front. So let me stand up so I can get them right in as far as possible without it being higher than the red blossom. And obviously bring we just needed something there, guys. So that looks okay now. If I don't feel he's got a big gap there. So I've placed these quite far down. Just so he's got that. Now I have these left, and I could incorporate these at the bottom, or bring these out from the side. I don't really, or I could actually bring them out at the back. I'm going to bring them out at the back. going to just move some of the ivy that I've just placed in, just to give that movement there. I'm going to do the same with this. Move that ivy. There. So I bought the other two little pieces at the back just here so that I don't, you know, waste them. But I think it looks better with the orange. I do have, let me just put this back on, this little piece of blossom here. Again, I don't like wasting things, so I could either bring that there, or because we haven't got the blossom really much at the front, or I could place it behind there. Now that looks a bit squashed. Just getting the glue off of it. There's a bit of the wire stuck inside. Let's see if I can get it on a pick. Oops, daisy. Not that. Let's see where I could place it. Because there's only one, I'm going to bring it at the bottom under the green sunflower, because we've got mainly, if you look, oranges down here. So just incorporate that other little bit of red and that will bring it there. I was going to place it here, but it's in the way of the scarecrow's body. So we'll bring it at the bottom. And we'll go underneath. Just to have that little bit of red at the bottom. So I think I don't need to be adding anything else. So I can save that myrtle for something else. I can say, put these away. So we have quite a very large autumnal arrangement. What would look really pretty, again, either on a nice cabinet with glass behind it, or in front of a mirror on your mantle. That would look pretty. Or you could place it on your, you know, dining table, because it's got two sides, so it's not empty there. So whoever's sitting on the opposite side will see the back and enjoy the back as well. Or you could place it in your window, you know, when it comes to fall and the autumn season. You could place it there, sitting lovely in your window, or in your entrance hallway as you walk in, you know. Or you could even have it, I've known people that I've done arrangements, you know, long like this, not the exact same, but long arrangements, where they've placed it in front of the on their fireplace at the bottom, the hearth. They've placed it on there, you know, maybe at an angle, you know, like that, in one corner, and they've done things like that, so it could look pretty there as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me just bring up the camera. Let's have a look afar if anything's missing. So I need to just check that doesn't sit well. It's got a gap here. Excuse my head, guys. Bring that round a little bit. That might be better. have a look. Yes, that's better. It's filled in that little bit of a gap. So let me bring this here. Doesn't that look pretty? Look at him smiling. You can't see his eyes. He's got lovely little eyes. Look. I wonder if I could just pop his hat up a bit so you could see his eyes. I wonder if I could place a little bit of a glue there, or in fact get a little bit of foliage or something. What can we place? Let's have a look. We have a look what we've used. We could incorporate something of what we have used already. Or do I just take one piece of the Erygnium? Yes, I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is just dip, and I've cut this stem to 1/2 inch. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on it so it's going to stick. I'm going to place that here, push it down, and then place his hat onto the stem and press it so it just lifts his hat up, so you can just see his pretty little eyes. Bend his fringe a bit. So let's have a look. Doesn't he look? He looks lovely sat there, but his legs don't look very comfortable. I may get just something to lift his legs up a little bit so they're not dangling as much. So the thing to do there is get a stem. Now we may need a little bit longer, so let's cut that one. Cut that at the end as well, at an angle. Right, I've cut the point on each end of the handle. I'm going to place this into the foam like that, and then I'm going to rest his legs over here at the front. So it just lifts them slightly off. I'm not going to glue this in, but we're just going to place it under his legs. Excuse my head, guys. I'm just looking so I can see the foam. Place one in there, and then let's bring his other leg forward. What's the daisy? Let's get that one in there, and then now, well, that hasn't worked, has it? Not on one side. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not even behind his leg. Let me get a longer piece. It doesn't, so I have more at ease. I'm hoping this is longer. It don't look longer actually. That does. Let's just cut that there. If I can, this is really strong. And then cut that on. I don't know, I keep seeming to be cutting that. You know what, I'm going to just get a new stem, a long one. Because I keep cutting them quite short. Oh my goodness, that's hard. There we go. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do it again. Pop his legs up. there we have it. So just by placing that in and lifting his legs, that's made it so his legs aren't looking like they're dragging along the floor. So I bet he'll be more happy now. So let me just have another look. That's better. He looks more comfortable. So I'm just going to bring up the camera. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I know it may have taken long, but I wanted you as well, when I noticed that it was looking odd with the green pumpkins in, you know, I'm not a person who cut and edits videos. The reason I don't do that is because I'd like, you know, especially if you're a beginner or anything, or even advanced, you know, I like people to see, because I make mistakes, so I like you to see how I rectify that mistake, how I, you know, sort it out basically once I've noticed there's something not right. So then if it ever happens to yourselves, you know, whichever you may be creating something and you get that issue as well, then, you know, you'll see, like you've just seen the tips there with his legs, you know, what you could do to, you know, try and sort that out, and from, you know, his legs dragging and things like that, and also with the pumpkins by taking them out, then having another look and realizing it wasn't right. So by adding in the Astilbe instead, it didn't take off that, as I say, what it was more like a line of floral and pumpkins. I wanted to break that up, so I didn't want that effect. And also here, I knew something wasn't right here. I thought by placing in the orange myrtle it may clash with his hat, but because now we've got the green at the side of it and everything, it doesn't. And a little bit of green next to the myrtle here in his hat, it doesn't, you know, clash. It's breaking it up. So if I just stand this red one, it keeps popping over to one side. And then just by having the red here as well, so that's how I like, you know, like for yourselves to see if something, you know, you get a little slight problem and you're just not sure, you know. I pulled out thinking, I knew straight away it was too much pumpkins when I checked, and I had to then think, right, it can't be the sunflowers because there's only 3, and I had 3 here and then another 2 here, but bigger ones here of the similar size to the sunflower, and it just looked too odd. Now if it was a smaller pumpkin like this spray we've got here at the side, that wouldn't have mattered, you know, that would have stayed there, but it was just too much, guys. So, and just I wanted that, you know, the reds and oranges with a bit of browns in, or the, you know, ivory colours as well, and the twiggy bits for that woody effect, just to give off that, you know, that autumn feel with the grasses as well in the autumn colours. So the reason I've used hydrangeas is because hydrangeas are an autumn flower. This one was, I noticed at the front wasn't sticking up well. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And if you're going to give it a go, you don't have to have this sort of container. You could just have a rectangle container and do your arrangement in that instead. And if you don't have a scarecrow, or you've got a gonk, you know, an autumnal gonk, or anything really what's autumn, or just a big pumpkin in the centre instead, and have floral here and smaller pumpkins dotted around instead, or just have a ribbon there, you know, but give it a go, guys. You'll really enjoy it. I mean, I like little dolly things like this, you know. I don't know, I must be a child at heart, but I think he's glorious. So have a play, and again, if it doesn't look right and you're in doubt, take it out. And if you've all, you know, and I really am a true believer of that, you know. And if you've already placed it in, if in doubt, take it out. If you've not placed it in and you're still in doubt, leave it out. So then, otherwise, if you place it in and you're still in doubt at the end of it, then, and you leave it, you're not going to be happy, you know. So as soon as I removed them pumpkins, I was happy, you know. That was it. I was happy with that. So I do like this sort of arrangement. Again, with it being a front facing, you have your higher point here at the top and you go outwards like a triangle, and then you have everything then staggering in size, going down to where it's shorter at the bottom. But then I always say, if it's going up against a wall and you're not going to see the back, then there's no need to really fill the backing like I have, you know, with all the elements at the back. You can just put in a bit of foliage at the bottom to fill in your, you know, foam, so you just don't see your foam. But you'd no need to bring all of this in. But if you're having it like on a table or something, then bring in, you know, floral and foliage at the back so it can be seen in a 360 degrees. And also, if it's going in a window, one side's got to be facing outwards. So you don't just want it, if you're facing the back outwards, to just have nothing there, and you can, whoever's walking by and looks at it can see just green piece of foam, or they might not even know it's foam. So, but they'll just probably wonder what it is. So again, do the back. So that's the way, you know, I've always been taught, and I've always carried that throughout my many years, over 25 years of, you know, flower ranging in fresh as well as artificial. So, you know, that's just a little tip for you new beginners if you're not sure. But if it's going up against a wall, then you don't need to do what I've done at the back, and just have, you know, your wonderful arrangement at the front so you can enjoy. So give it a go, guys, and have fun with it. You know, you're going to love it. You're going to love putting little elements like ornamental features in, things like that. I didn't want the bow after I looked. It doesn't need a bow. This is the statement piece, so we don't need a bow to look like it's the statement piece, do we? So please subscribe, share and like. Bring everybody along, guys, you know, to enjoy different creations and styles, and also, you know, different colours, contrasts, textures, you know, or learn all about that as you're watching the video. You know, so it may help you if you're slightly confused about textures, or you're new and you're not sure, you're just learning. You know, we will help you along the way, not just I, but other guys who are subscribed to the channel. They probably will answer your question for you, you know, if they know. I've known a few people who've done that, and I think that's really sweet and kind. And that's, you know, I'm really thankful that you're helping the others out as well. So take care, have a wonderful day, enjoy the sun wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you all, guys, and keep your comments coming. You know, I really do appreciate it. And press that like button. You know, that one really helps by pressing the like button. You know, helps my business get recognised. So have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Love you all. Bye. Bye-bye. So let's have a little look. Look at my cat. Oh, doesn't he look proud there, guys? Right, let's just take this off. Go in. Look at him. Oh gosh, is it that thing again? It's not really focusing, is it? Right, one moment, guys. It may go lighter. Right, there we go. So look at his little eyes. Isn't he a cutie? With his little, oh, here comes the cat. Because I'm talking like that, guys, he's come along. His little pumpkin, his little erygnium, and his little wheat here as well, with a bit of foliage in his hat, and his hair coming out the top of his hat as well. Then we've got our bright orange sunflower. Look at the pollen texture inside, that's really realistic. Then we've got our deep, sorry, I've got my cable cord, deep rich sunflower. And then under these wispy bits, we've got our wonderful olive green pumpkin. We've got a bit of eucalyptus here. What's on these wispy bits? That's yellow. Then we've got some of those wispy bits there as well, with a bit of floral. We've got our red blossom, our twiggy bits, our maple, our seeded astilbe, our lovely little florals, and our grape leaf as well with the seeds, our magnolia leaves, and behind our lovely grass as well, and then our myrtle, and then these little wispy bits here with the foam leaves, brown on one side, green on the other, with the little pumpkins attached to them as well. And then obviously we have our fern, our lovely fern as well sat there. Have I missed anything? Then you've got that, it's like a rusty coloured pumpkin. The deep red velvet pumpkins in there, the cream ones there as well. And then you'll see the grass is better here, look. So, and we've, oh, not to forget the baby hydrangeas. So, I hope you like that, guys. I hope I've covered everything. Oh, and no, the ivy as well. So, you know, give it a go. Have a wonderful time doing it, guys, and enjoy and have fun. So take care, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.